Good evening. Thank you for joining us here on 6 p.m. Prime. I'm Akshita Nandgopal, rounding up all the big stories of the day. As always, let's kick off this edition with the headlines. India's most accurate exit polls on India Today. Modi set to break his own Gujarat record. Close fight with a slight edge to Congress in Himachal. AAP set to sweep Delhi civic polls. MCD set for an overhaul after 15 years. Massive protests in Belagavi over Maharashtra and Karnataka border dispute. Pro-Kannada activists attacked trucks from Maharashtra. Cops detained protesters. Former AAP councillor in the dock over 2020 Delhi riots. Delhi court says clear objective to harm Hindus. Rubbishes the AAP Neta Tahir's water to douse fire claim. Landmark ruling by Delhi High Court observes mother's choice is ultimate, allows 33-week pregnant woman to terminate her pregnancy. As rivalries heat up during election season, bonhomie between Prime Minister Modi and opposition leaders in G20 all-party meet. And just days after Elon Musk dropped the Twitter files bomb exposing compromised election campaigns by Biden and Trump, federal probe launched into Musk's brain implant company Neuralink, accused of killing over 1,500 animals. And let's begin with breaking news that's coming in from Tamil Nadu. The controversy erupting in Punjab district as workers of a pro-Hindu group called Hindu Makkal Katchi made a poster of B.R. Ambedkar wearing a saffron shirt and with also sacred ash, popularly known as Vibhuti in Tamil, on his forehead. The picture was tweeted by MP Tol Tirumavallavan of VCK. Tirumavallavan has said that the act is saffronizing Ambedkar, and such religious fanatics who portrayed Ambedkar with a saffron shirt should be arrested immediately. There's a showdown because of this playing out in Tamil Nadu. This happened in Tanjavur.
We saw one poster of Ambedkar wearing saffron shirt and holy ash, and it carries the words from Hindu Makkal Katchi and calling him a Kavya Talivane. And now Tirumavallavan has condemned your act and is calling for the arrest of the people who are involved. What do you have to say about it, sir?
Tirumavallavan, he told about his view. He
talked about his view. Okay. But
really, Ambedkar is a saffron lover because he embracing Buddhism. Buddhism symbol is saffron. Why you are see? If you wearing cross to Thiruvalluvar, Tirumavallavan supported them. Tirumavallavan always established Thiruvalluvar, Vallalar, they are all not Hindus, they are all Christians. Tirumavallavan supported them. Why Ambedkar? Ambedkar, he loved Kavi, he embracing Buddhism. Buddhism is Buddhism symbol is saffron. What is the wrong? What is the wrong?
But what was the, what Tirumavallavan is asking is, what is the need to saffronize Ambedkar?
See, Tirumavallavan trying to periodize Ambedkar. Ambedkar is our national leader.
Okay.
He is Bharat Ratna. But Tirumavallavan did not separate Tamil Nadu, and Tirumavallavan is always anti-Hindu, anti-India, anti-Tamil also.
Live with more details on this. Pramod, I remember there being a debate also earlier over saffronized Thiruvalluvar. Now it's over B.R. Ambedkar. Take us through the entire controversy and how things really played out.
It absolutely is very unfortunate that this has to occur during the death anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And what happened is that these posters cropped up in Kumbhakonam district with Hindu Makkal Katchi printed on it, and also the word Kavya Talivane. Kavi is actually, it has two meanings in Tamil. one being saffron and the other one being history. So this is how the wordplay was made by Hindu Makal Kachhi, and that's the reason we spoke directly to Arjun Sampath, the leader of Hindu Makal Kachhi, to find out his intentions. On one side, Vidudai Kachhi, the Dalit-centric party, Sridhar Tirumavalavan, condemned it, and he also sought action and even arrest of those involved in this. But however, Arjun Sampath is only trying to say that he was trying to create awareness, stating that Tirumavalavan is trying to periodize Ambedkar, and that's the reason he wanted to bring out such a, his party wanted to bring out such a poster. We did, for very proper clarity, ask him what was the need to even put holy ash on his frame, because Ambedkar was against all that, and he said that Ambedkar was not like that. Ambedkar liked saffron, and Buddhism actually appreciates saffron color, and that's the reason they went ahead with that poster. This is the explanation provided by Arjun Sampath here.
Okay, we'll track all the reactions that come in on this. A bit of tension also that played out on the streets as these groups were seen gathering in large numbers and staging protests after they were stopped from garlanding the statue of Ambedkar as well. Thanks very much, Pramod, for getting us all of those details. Let's also focus on all of the politics surrounding the G20 logo. Remember, it's that of a lotus. It sparked a fresh debate because you've got not just the Congress now, but also Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee lashing out at the centre, asking why, when any other national symbol is available, the tiger, the peacock could have been used. She said, why has the lotus particularly been chosen by the Modi government, which also is the BJP symbol? You also had Mawa Moitra taking a dig at the centre by saying that a lotus logo will not translate to a 5-year term.
The lotus, the national flower, and now our G20 logo.
G20 India 2023. One Earth, one family, one future.
This flower is now in the midst of a heated political fight, as the opposition claims that the lotus has been chosen because it is also the Bharatiya Janata Party symbol. The latest critique is Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who questioned why, of all national symbols, the lotus was chosen.
जब नेशनल फ्लावर तो इलेक्शन कमीशन एक पार्टी को दे दिए जब तो वो फ्लावर को यूज नहीं करके और भी नेशनल कितना चीज था, इसी के लिए हम इसके इशू नहीं बनाया. But it is not a non-issue. It's an important issue, and I think they should think over the matter.
कमल नेशनल फ्लावर है, उसका स्वागत है, लेकिन लोगों में किसी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के चुनाव चिन्ह को प्रमुखता नहीं दी जानी चाहिए.
These attacks come after Congress just days ago taunted the Prime Minister for what they called drama over G20. Taking to Twitter, Congress communications in charge Jairam Ramesh said that while the G20 presidency is rotational, no other country staged a high-voltage drama that is being done around India. And the opposition is lashing out at the government, despite the Prime Minister's message on why the lotus was chosen.
The symbol of the lotus in the G20 logo is a representation of hope in these times.
But beyond this war of words, what made headlines was the bonhomie witnessed at the G20 all-party meet. An all-party meeting was called by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which was attended by top mantris of his cabinet, chief ministers of several states, as well as top opposition netas were also present at the gathering. Keeping their personal rivalry aside, most of the netas looked in a cheerful mood as they were greeted by the Prime Minister. Images of Kejriwal, Mamata and Kharge having a laugh with Prime Minister Modi were the highlights from the meeting. But here too, politics took centre stage, as the CPIM Sitaram Yechuri made a detailed statement highlighting that we must celebrate equality, claiming that the current alarming levels of communal polarization based on vicious campaigns of hate, terror and violence destroy the foundations of the declaration announced by the Prime Minister. Away from the politics, the G20 presidency has kicked off with a splash of colour and culture, with delegates being treated to a rich show of what India stands for. Bureau Report, India Today.
Paulami Saha is joining us with more details on this. Paulami, good evening. You know, there are two aspects to what we've been seeing in this political fight right now over the G20 logo, something that kicked off many weeks ago when the logo itself was unveiled. On one hand, you had the all-party meet, where it seemed that all parties were on board as to exactly how to take forward this presidency and show off India's cultural, heritage, etc. But on the other, you have all of these political parties then coming out and making statements like this.
That's right. Like you said, this objection, in fact, was made by the opposition, specifically the Congress party, earlier as well, at the time that India did unveil the G20 logo for the tenure of India's presidency of the G20. The Congress, of course, said that this is the Bharatiya Janata Party's symbol, which is being projected under the garb of the G20 logo. At that time as well, the centre explained that this is the national flower. The lotus is the national flower, and that's exactly what is symbolized, in fact, on the G20 logo. Now, Mamata Banerjee, of course, after meeting the Prime Minister and attending that meeting that the Prime Minister chaired as a preparatory event for the G20 yesterday at the Rashtrapati Bhavan Auditorium, she too had the same objection, saying there are many national symbols that they could have used in order to signify national pride, but something which is also their election symbol, which is also their symbol, so to say, shouldn't have been used by the Bharatiya Janata Party, because this is subtle, so to say, ad placement, if you may, as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. So clearly, there are elements of friction as far as political parties and leaders are concerned. Vis-a-vis, of course, there are parties who are, of course, talking about the fact that India has only assumed rotational presidency of the G20. This is only procedural, but the Prime Minister and the central government are making it out to be a much more bigger deal than it is. Of course, the Prime Minister, of course, has sought everyone's cooperation at that meeting yesterday and said that this is about national pride. This is about being on the same page and showcasing, like I said, to the world. Foreign dignitaries and delegates will be visiting India through the year, that India has such a rich cultural heritage and everything that India has, achieved in the last 75 years of independence. This is our opportunity to, in fact, showcase that pride in our nation. All right, we'll see how this plays out and track all the reactions that come in. Paulami, do stay on with me, because another big political story that we're tracking this evening is the curtain raiser to the winter session of Parliament. Rahul Gandhi won't be there. He's going to be skipping the session owing to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and the BJP is now questioning the Congress, saying, what exactly is Rahul Gandhi's priority here? They're saying, in fact, that this is Rahul Gandhi bunking Parliament session. As far as the issues that will come up are concerned, many crucial bills, the Congress on their part have said that they're going to be raising price rise, the unemployment, the China-India standoff in Parliament.
Parliament's winter session kicks off from Wednesday. The Narendra Modi government held an all-party meeting on Tuesday to discuss the agenda. The opposition parties are demanding debates on price rise and India-China border face-off.
हम ये भी मुद्दा उठाना चाहते हैं कि चाइनीज बॉर्डर में, इंडो चाइना बॉर्डर में स्थिति क्या है। सरकार इसमें सदन के अंदर एक चर्चा कराएं, बहस कराना जरूरी है।
The BJP will enter the session on a high after exit polls predicted a record-breaking landslide in Gujarat. The opposition, on the other hand, stands divided with no common strategy or leadership. The largest opposition party, the Congress, could suffer its worst defeat on Gujarat, with the Grand Old Party likely to lose a huge chunk of Gujarat votes to the Aam Aadmi Party. Opposition unity is not the first thing on their mind.
विपक्ष की एकता करेंगे और कांग्रेस पार्टी से हम यहां से सीट लेंगे, यहां से सीट लेंगे, यहां से सीट लेंगे, ये जमाना गया। कांग्रेस पार्टी को मजबूत होना है, अपने बल पर खड़ा होना है।
The Congress is also busy with Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra. Rahul is all set to skip the Parliament session. The decision has given ample ammunition to the Saffron Party to attack the Congress MP once again. The BJP, while condemning Rahul's decision, says it is nothing but an excuse to bunk the session. The centre is planning to introduce 16 bills in the winter session. For all the loud talk about holding the Modi government accountable for issues like unemployment and price rise, a divided opposition could well give the BJP a walkover in Parliament. Bureau Report, India Today.
Taking us back across to Polami Saha. Polami, what's it going to look like this winter session? Are we going to again see endless disruptions, or does it look like, all parties are on board to ensure legislations are passed?
Well, as you saw from some of the comments that were made after that all-party meeting ended this morning in the Parliament complex, which was convened by the government, opposition parties are, of course, preparing to surround the government or घेराव the government on various issues like unemployment, like transgressions by the Chinese at the Indo-China border. There are several issues that they are likely to raise. Also, the appointment of the election commissioner as well recently, which was under the scanner as well. So several such issues that they're likely to raise. Hadsimrat Kaur Badal spoke about the drug menace in Punjab, and of course the Aam Aadmi Party losing a grip in Punjab over the law and order situation. So it's likely to be a stormy session. The government, of course, has got listed about 16 bills that they want to pass through 17 sittings of the House. But then opposition parties have also expressed their complaints about the fact that this is a very curtailed and a shortened winter session of Parliament. Usually it begins in the third week of November, comes to an end possibly a little before Christmas.
Polami, my apologies for interrupting, but we've got breaking news coming in. Thanks for the moment, Polami. We'll track what plays out in Parliament. Let's cut across to that update. And what comes as a big development in the Delhi liquor case investigation. The CBI has responded to TRS MLC K. Kavita, who'd sought deferring her questioning. She'd sought time to appear before the CBI. Now she's received a response from the Central Bureau of Investigation stating they will question her on the 11th of December at her residence in Hyderabad. So there will be no need for K. Kavita to appear before the CBI at their office. They will appear at her residence in Hyderabad on the 11th of December. That's when she's going to be questioned. Remember that there are a number of allegations that both the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate are looking into against TRS MLC K. Kavita, who in turn has rubbished all the allegations against her in the liquor scam. And there are charges that she in fact paid 100 crores, that she was involved in what was termed as a South cartel. Her name has appeared in that remand note from the Enforcement Directorate. 2 days ago, you had Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann claiming that gangster Goldie Brar, wanted in the murder of Sidhu Moosewala, has been nabbed, has been detained and arrested. Now there's a video of the same gangster which has surfaced where he's claimed that he's not been held, he wasn't in the United States. All of this proving to be a huge embarrassment for the government.
One of India's most dreaded and wanted gangsters, the man who claims to have plotted the murder of singer Sidhu Moosewala, gangster Goldie Brar, was thought to have been detained in the United States. At least that's what Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann had confirmed while promising justice for singer Moosewala.
कनाडा में एक बहुत बड़ा गैंगस्टर बैठा था जो सब गैर सामाजिक कार्रवाइयां करवा रहा था, पैसे भेज रहा था या कुछ भी। गोल्डी ब्रार, उसको अमेरिका में डिटेन कर लिया गया।
But the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab had not bargained for what was in store. Acute embarrassment for the Chief Minister himself just days after patting his own back. In a purported interview with a Punjab journalist, the gangster thumbed his nose at the Punjab government, claiming he is free and was never detained by the US police. He even went on to challenge the police to arrest him. The news of Goldie Brar still roaming scot-free despite tall claims by the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab has led to a vicious attack from the opposition in the state that's accused Chief Minister Bhagwant of blatant lies. The Shiromani Akali Dal has taken a jibe at Chief Minister Bhagwant, calling what he said the Aam Aadmi Party's habit to deceive citizens.
ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਥਾਰਟੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰ ਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ 'ਚ ਬੈ ਕੇ ਅਥਾਰਟੀ ਮਿਲੀ ਹੈ ਐਜ ਇਹ ਬਿਆਨ ਦੇਣੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਇਰਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਲ ਬਿਹੇਵੀਅਰ ਹੈ ਚੀਫ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਦਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਅਪੋਲੋਜਾਈਜ਼ करना चाहिए पंजाब जनता को।
हमारा मुख्यमंत्री गुजरात में जाके कह रहा है कि सिद्धू मूसेवाला के जो कातिल एक गैंगस्टर गोल्डी बराड़ है उनको डिटेन कर दिया है। इतना रिस्पॉन्सिबल पोजीशन पे बैठे मुख्यमंत्री जब ऐसी स्टेटमेंट वोटों की राजनीति के लिए देता है और गोल्डी बराड़ बाहर बैठा कहता है कि मैं तो डिटेन्ड ही नहीं हूं, तो आप खुद समझिए कि पंजाब को चला कौन रहा है।
The BJP has also hit out at the Punjab Chief Minister, demanding an apology for reducing Moosewala's security first and now lying about his killer's arrest.
भगवंत मान पहले सिद्धू मूसेवाले की सिक्योरिटी विड्रॉ करके अपनी वाहवा लूटना चाहते थे और अब वोटों के लिए यह जानकारी देकर कि हमने गोल्डी बराड़ को अरेस्ट कर लिया, ये वाहवाही लूटना चाहते थे। केवल वाहवाही लूटने के लिए पंजाब को और देश को गुमराह कर रहे हैं और इसका नुकसान कर रहे हैं। पंजाब के मुख्यमंत्री भगवंत मान जी को देश के लोगों से माफी मांगनी चाहिए।
The big question now, will the masterminds of Moosewala's murder be punished for real? With Manjeet Sehgal in Chandigarh, Bureau Report, India Today.